Well, you may be wondering why there's no one on the beach today. Granted, it is a bit damp out. It's not raining at the moment, but overnight it obviously did, and it's a little cooler than normal. But I think in usual times, people would still be out on the beach, even in this kind of weather. But as of July 9th, Nha Trang joined Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi in imposing social distancing. So people are only supposed to leave their homes from or for emergencies, going to work. I mean, you can go shopping. I'm not 100% sure on the takeout food situation. I believe some restaurants are open for takeout and delivery, whereas I've also heard many restaurants have decided it was better to close rather than run the risk of getting a fine. So, I mean, it's still quite easy to get food delivered either from grocery stores and supermarkets, and also from some restaurants that are advertising. I think you're hearing some government trucks playing, I believe, patriotic music or something like that. Anyway, so yeah, as of July 9th, there's 15 days social distancing order in Nha Trang and Ho Chi Minh and Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi, and I suppose many other places. I think Da Nang has had social distancing before, but I think they may have already lifted it because they got their current outbreak under control. Nha Trang in the last week to 10 days, probably, yeah, about that, week to 10 days, has had its first COVID cases in quite some time. Nha Trang and the province it's in, which is Kan Hoa. Last I saw, it appeared there were around 400 cases of COVID discovered in Kan Hoa province. I really couldn't tell you the population of the province. It includes Nha Trang, the city of Cam Ranh, and other places in the area, but I haven't really been out to explore it, all the surrounding countryside. Nha Trang itself, I believe, has something like 300,000 population. So 400 cases for a population of, let's assume maybe we could double or triple the population of Nha Trang, say maybe 1 million people. That's not a really large number, but Vietnam does take any little outbreak very seriously, and since this is Nha Trang's real first outbreak of COVID, the response may be a little bit extreme. They do realize it's good to get it under control as soon as possible. Just where the outbreak started, I'm not certain. I have heard of a waitress at a certain fairly popular restaurant had been diagnosed with COVID, and customers who had been there and possibly been in contact with her, as well as the staff, have been placed into quarantine. I'm not sure how long the quarantine is. I've heard someone say that he was placed in quarantine for 7 days, and then after he took his second COVID test, they allowed him to leave the quarantine facility. There are obviously many other places where people were positive. I heard a supermarket and several restaurants had someone with COVID, at least as a customer. So anyway, that's the situation here. So from the 9th of July to probably the roughly 24th. Many places in Vietnam are under social distancing order, which isn't extremely strict. I mean, you can always walk out to your nearby markets. So, well, not actually. I don't know if there's many street markets open, but nearby stores. And I don't see anything at the moment, but I think at night there may be some restaurants open for takeout around here. But you're not seeing much foot traffic, and the motorbike and car traffic is certainly much lower than it had been. So hopefully the 15 days of social distancing will get this under control and they can lift it, although considering the numbers of cases especially in Ho Chi Minh City, they could well extend it beyond the 15 days. So we shall see. I'm sure it's devastating to the people who were told they had to stay home from their jobs. For example, there are no taxis on the street allowed, and the taxi drivers were probably barely scraping by even before this. And when you add this to their meager income, or subtract this from their meager income, it means that for at least 15 days they're getting no fares at all. I suppose it is still possible to get a Grab car or motorbike to come and take you somewhere, but there aren't lots of places to go. I suppose one could go shopping at one of the food stores. So anyway, that's the situation here. And so how does one occupy himself during, on rainy days or during a stay-home order? I guess that varies a lot with your habits and your surroundings. I'm quite fortunate to be here because I have a sea view and I've got a rather large balcony. It may not seem too large from my photo of it, but when I put this table away and chair inside, I have enough room to do some exercise out here. And I do, I don't know, kind of a hybrid of yoga and knee bends and various other things. And this space is quite good for that, I find. I get some fresh air, I'm looking out on the sea, and I've got enough room to do pretty much what I want. And, if I'm a little bit, my my living room is not, or my kitchen table has dirty dishes on, but I also have a fairly large living area. I can throw my yoga mat on the floor here and do some exercise too. I'm not that much of a TV fan, but there is TV. And I do have a computer, so I spend a lot of time on the internet. So anyway, that's my update on the current situation in Nha Trang in July of 2021. I do hope the current situation gets under control shortly and people's lives can go back a little bit closer to what pandemic normal had been.